Hi, this is C. Josephine Wilkins, and I'm honored to be your guide. This video is on soulmates, and I think it's pretty appropriate that my little pug here, Emily, can you say hi, Emily? Is definitely wanting to be front and center. I've tried to record this video several times, and she's wanting to be very much a part of this, so she's definitely a soulmate for me. So I figure, why not? Let's have her in the mix here as we discuss what is a soulmate and define it and better understand the relationship that we have to it. Anyway, okay, so what is a soulmate? When we first start out defining it, what's really important to understand here is that a soulmate is somebody who is at the same similar... You want to come up too? Okay, and here's the other one. Here's Charlie. Want to say hey, Charlie? Here's Charlie. Eating his bone. Here it is. Okay, they want to be in the mix. Two soulmates of mine for sure. Okay, alrighty. So, we are vibrational beings, and because we are vibrational beings, we are going to magnetize people that are the same calibration as us. So you understand this because when you feel an intense attraction to someone, it's because you are at the same calibration to them, and you're in a vibrational match. So what a soulmate is that feels like a really intense, awesome connection, that is somebody who is magnetically bringing towards you a reflection of where you are at vibrationally. So when you understand this, you can understand that feeling or that experience where you're moving through your life and all of a sudden it's like, I need to have this person in my life. There's a real strong magnetic pull. And when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about this romantically, but also friendship, also, you know, with a teacher or with a doctor. I'm going to kind of widen the definition here of feeling and understanding that like really strong magnetic pull, which you have when you're meeting someone. And I just want to break it down as to why this is occurring. It's occurring because we are emanating, just like a radio signal, we're emanating different frequencies. And so when you're pulling someone in, they are a match to that, which is what I just said. So this can be a wonderful point of reflection because you can understand if you're out there dating or if you're in your relationship and you're wondering, why is it that this person who's a soulmate is treating me in such a way? It's because you're vibrating at such a frequency that you are magnetizing that part of them, which can be pretty intense to sort of digest and to take in, but that's what's going on. So are there more than one perfect soulmate for you? Let's talk about romance. Yes, most definitely. I feel most definitely. And there's a lot of sort of judgment and criticism in our culture, you know, when a relationship ends. And what's happening is that, you know, when you move away from a soulmate, sometimes a soulmate can be somebody who delivers your mail for 2 years and you feel a deep, intense connection with them and you just feel really, really bonded with them. And then you move houses. Let it be! Thank you. Sorry, it's getting a little bit feisty with the furniture here. So you can get really, really in a wonderful, intense bond with somebody, but then it's time to move on. So in our culture, we can have, let's say, a lot of judgment around the passing of relationships. And part of it is because it's hard, right? It's difficult that when we are moving away from somebody, it can be very painful. However, if we were to be, I guess, more conscious and aware, and the understanding that we are simply constantly changing in our vibrational frequency, and that if someone is leaving us, that this can be a wonderful thing because it's creating the new landing pad for something that's a better match for you to come in. So a lot of what gets in our way for enjoying our soulmate or for bringing in a really good soulmate is really, feeling like we need to control everything. Which a lot of us are going through. It's actually not us, it's more the mind that's saying, well, you know, I need to do this and I need to do that, and if I do this and if I do that, then it's actually the more that you can, a phrase that I've heard a lot is get out of your own way, the easier you will be in alignment to syncing up with a soulmate. And again, I'm widening this definition. I know we touched about it, you know, talk about romantically, but this is a soulmate in any kind of way in which you're looking for. Now, how is it that we get out of our own way? We get out of our own way by self-love. Living our lives to a degree where we really put forward, the main priority for us to take care of who we are, to love who we are, to nurture who we are, to better understand who we are, to have an incredible, wonderful love affair with who we are. And then once we have that deep, wonderful, real union with ourselves, which is genuine and which is really full, then automatically we will bring in a wonderful match that's a soulmate. So what's so neat about beginning to understand vibration and the way that we are calibrations of energy is that you begin to understand, and again, I've talked about this. This is a funny video here. Sneezing, bless me. Disciplining my dog. This is the life. This is what I promised I would do. Just show up wherever I'm at. Okay, so can't even remember what I was talking about. Anyway, so what's really, really, really important is that when you are wanting to understand these deep magnetic pulls. Now, I say this because this can go both ways. So if you're pulling in somebody that you really enjoy, that's someone that's just bringing out the best in you, it's a healthy connection, and you're just so excited about this, that's wonderful. Keep doing what you're doing. However, if you're attracting people that consistently aren't really who you want, and this can be in many dynamics. For example, I was working with a client recently with landlords, and we can reset the way that you bring in, the way that you magnetize a soulmate relationship with your landlord. I'm broadening the definition of soulmate. But a soulmate is somebody where when you sync up with them, when you meet them, there's this wonderful deep sense of comfort and peace. And that is a real blessing and a gift. And what happens when you're with a soulmate is that the best parts of who you are nurtured and they come forward. A wonderful sense of learning takes place. A huge amount of growth occurs. As you begin to love yourself, the other partner reflects back and also allows and gives a space for them to love themselves more. So a soulmate is about feeling good. And I know I've said this before, but you know when you know when you know. Have I said that before? I don't know. You know when you know when you know, right? So who's a soulmate? You know who your soulmates are. A soulmate is somebody you just know. You're just like, wow. Okay. Now, having said that, you can reunite with souls that you've been with in the past. I've definitely done that in this lifetime. Definitely romantically, and also, many other ways. But just because you have been with someone in the past, you might not choose, just because your soul has been a soulmate to them and you've had an intense connection with them in the past, you might not really want to continue that here. So soulmates can be, you can have an intense, deep connection with somebody and you're feeling really, really good, and then things can change. And that's because your vibration has shifted. And so what I want to encourage you to do is to be open to the transient and fluid nature in which that can occur. We can resist it, we can try to control it and hold on to it and let it, affect us negatively. Instead of just saying, all right, this was a wonderful partnership, I appreciate it for what it is, and I'm open to whatever the next might be. And then as you open yourself up for a new soulmate, a new wonderful, fulfilling, thriving relationship where you can be who you want to be fully and express yourself completely. Soulmates, yes. Thank you so much for this request. I am sending lots and lots of love your way. Let's close with 3 deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, big breath. And exhale. One more big breath. Inhale. And exhale. Lots of love your way. Namaste.